He ate the mushrooms Friday night. Fine, no symptoms. Then Saturday, 1 beer in, his face went red and his pulse spiked. Here's what actually happened. You're about to learn why a mushroom labeled edible can still put you in the ER, not from the mushroom itself, but from something most foragers never think to ask about. By the end of this, you'll know exactly which species does this, why your body reacts the way it does, and how long the danger actually lasts, longer than you'd guess. You've probably walked past this mushroom without a second glance. It's called the common ink cap, Coprinopsis atramentarия, and it grows almost everywhere: lawns, wood chips, disturbed soil, even city parks. It's not rare, it's not exotic, and mycology guides don't hide it in the avoid section. They list it as edible. We tend to trust that word. Edible means safe, right? Well, safe is doing a lot of work in that sentence. Here's what that label doesn't tell you up front. This mushroom's danger isn't in the eating, it's in what you do afterward, and that's where things get interesting. Inside this mushroom is a compound called coprine. It doesn't do anything to you on its own. You could eat this mushroom, feel completely normal, and go about your day. But coprine has one very specific job once it's inside your body. It blocks an enzyme your liver uses to break down alcohol. Not blocks the alcohol itself. It blocks the enzyme that clears one of alcohol's byproducts, a compound called acetaldehyde. And acetaldehyde is not something your body wants sitting around. That single detail is the reason for everything that happens next, and it's the reason the story I opened with makes sense. So picture the guy from The Hook again. He eats the mushroom Friday. No coprine alcohol interaction yet, because there's no alcohol in his system. Nothing happens. He feels fine. Then Saturday, he has a beer. And that's when the blocked enzyme becomes a problem, because now his body is producing alcohol's breakdown byproduct and has no way to clear it. Flushed skin, racing pulse, nausea, sometimes a pounding headache. It looks like an allergic reaction. It looks like panic. It's neither. It's called a disulfiram-like reaction, the same mechanism behind a medication once used to help people quit drinking, by making alcohol feel unbearable. This mushroom does that to you completely by accident. Here's what most people get wrong about this. They assume the danger window is short. Eat it, don't drink that night, you're fine by morning. That's not how coprine works. Once it blocks that enzyme, it can stay blocked for several days, not hours, days. So you could eat this mushroom on a Friday, feel completely normal all weekend, and still have a reaction from a glass of wine on a Tuesday, with zero memory of connecting the two. That disconnect is exactly why so many people who've had this reaction never figure out the cause. They blame the beer, they blame a bad night, they rarely blame a mushroom they ate 3 days earlier. If you forage, or you know someone who does, drop a comment below. Have you ever eaten wild mushrooms and had alcohol within the same week without thinking twice about it? I want to know how common this actually is. Now, you might be wondering, if this mushroom does that, why is it still on the edible list at all? Because technically, it is edible. The mushroom itself isn't toxic to eat. The reaction only happens if alcohol enters the picture. Mycologists call this conditionally edible, safe under specific conditions, dangerous under others. We like our warnings simple, safe or not safe. But biology doesn't always cooperate with that. Some of the most misunderstood mushrooms aren't the ones that are secretly deadly. They're the ones that are conditionally fine, and nobody tells you the condition. There's one more layer here, and it's the one that trips up even experienced foragers. Coprinopsis atramentarия, the one with coprine, looks similar enough to another popular edible, the shaggy mane, that the two get confused constantly. Shaggy manes don't have this alcohol reaction. The common ink cap does. So the actual risk isn't just eating the wrong mushroom, it's eating the right mushroom, correctly identified, and simply not knowing which one you're holding. That one detail is the difference between a normal dinner and an ER visit 3 days later. Here's the part that genuinely surprised me when I first learned it. I'm still relatively new to this kingdom of fungi. The more time I spend in it, the more I realize how little most of us actually know. And this is one of those facts that rewired how I think about safe. the exact chemical reaction that makes this mushroom dangerous with alcohol. Blocking that enzyme is the same mechanism scientists deliberately built into a medication designed to treat alcohol dependence. Nature accidentally created, in a common lawn mushroom, a version of a drug humans invented on purpose. This mushroom isn't trying to hurt you. It's not defending itself. It's not poisonous in any conventional sense. It just happens to share a mechanism with something we built in a lab, and most people eating it have no idea they're standing in that overlap. So, what do you actually do with this? If you forage, or you're cooking mushrooms you didn't grow yourself, know your species before you know your recipe. And if there's any chance what you're eating is a Coprinopsis species, treat alcohol as off the table, not just that night, but for the following days. That's it. That's the entire fix. One piece of species knowledge prevents an entire ER visit. We're going to keep digging into the mushrooms that don't fit the safe or deadly binary, because most of them don't. If that's the kind of thing you want to understand better, the subscribe button's right there, and there's another video on this channel that goes even further into what fungi are quietly capable of. The mushroom was never the danger. What you didn't know about it, that was.